Hi everyone and welcome to Gatwick Airport in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Oh, this has been a long time coming. I've really wanted to get Flight Sim stuff recorded for a while and I'm finally doing it. We're going to be taking this Easyjet A320neo to Geneva today, so this should be quite a lovely flight. Let's get inside. We are cold and dark. I'm not going to do like the in-depth startup on video. I will, kind of simulate everything, but I'm not going to make you watch all of that. So, yeah, let's get this thing set up. So, I'm going to quickly make sure parking brake, yeah, these are fine, everything's retracted. That's all off. We will lock the cockpit door. Engine stuff is all off, gears down, and wipers are off. Right, let's turn on the batteries. We'll turn off the packs because they should be off by default, I think. We've got external power, let's get that turned on. Right, let's get the APU on. Right, APU is available, let's get the APU bleed on. We can turn off the fuel pumps. Sorry, turn on the fuel pumps and the oxygen and get the air conditioning packs on. And yeah, right, lights on. So we want nav and logo, strobes on auto, and that's it. Cool. Let's get no smoking on, or no portable electronic devices, and emergency exit lights armed. We'll wait until we're refueled for the seatbelt lights. I'm just gonna get the ATIS off of the correct frequency, because we do need that.
Wind 040 at 7, gusts 18. Visibility 10 miles or more. Ceiling 4000 broken. Temperature 16. Dew point 07. QNH1018.
There we go, that's the
VFR
important
conditions.
one.
Landing and departing runway 08 right.
Cool.
Transition level 0.
Right, we're now tuned to the clearance frequency, which we'll be using shortly. Okay, let's get people on board and the correct amount of fuel. So I've done a plan via SimBrief, which, if you play Flight Sim, generally you're going to know what SimBrief is. So I should get everything from there. Right, let's get the baggage truck, the catering truck, the fuel truck, and the jet bridges. They're not working at the minute. I need to get GSX, but also that's expensive. So we're just going to pretend that A, Easyjet would have a jet bridge. They wouldn't. And B, that the jet bridge is connected and this door just isn't opening to nowhere. Such is the fun of Flight Sim, am I right? Right, we want to fuel ourselves. Oh, I didn't mean to do it instant, but oh well. Okay, we have the correct amount of fuel now. Let's get the people on board. We won't do that instant. We'll have 106 people today on board to Geneva. And because we are fueled up, we can get the seatbelts on. So, right, now comes the fun part. Now comes the part where we set up this computer, the MCDU. So let's clear, no, we can't clear anything. Let's initialize this. Thankfully, it's a lot easier for us than it would be in real life because we have SimBrief. Well, that's fine. Let's get the zero fuel weight and stuff inserted. In terms of fuel on board, we've got 5,000 kilograms. That is fine. So we can stick that in there. I'm just looking through the guide on the right, which is why my head keeps going that way. So that's what that's about.
Boarding completed.
Right, let's obtain our clearance. I'm using Beyond ATC, which you'll be able to hear.
Alpine 28505. Looking to pick up our clearance to Geneva Airport.
Alpine 28505, Gatwick delivery. Expect runway 08 right. Seaford 4 Zulu departure. Squawk 1210.
Seaford 4 Zulu departure. Squawk 1210. Alpine 28505.
Right, we have got our clearance. We've also tuned to the ground frequency for that. Our squawk code today will be 1210. And we've got our departure information as well, so it will be runway 08 right and this Sierra Foxtrot Delta for Zulu departure. So we can insert that in. I'm just going to clear this discontinuity and then we should be fine all the way to, well, to like kind of top of descent. The plane will just fly itself there, which is nice and easy. Wonderful. I think we are pretty much... Oh no, we're not ready to push back yet. Everyone's on board, so I'm going to disconnect catering, fuel truck and jet bridge. Not that the jet bridge was ever actually connected, but you know, that doesn't matter, and we can close that door as well. We can go into performance. We're going to fill this from the OFP. That's correct, runway 08 right is our runway today. QNH is correct, temperature is correct, that's all fine. So we've calculated our speeds. I'm going to put this into the MCDU. So our V1 and V2, sorry, our V1 and V rotate, which is 143. Flaps 1, which is standard for takeoff in the A320. And flex to temp 71 degrees. Because we do not use toga, we use flex to temp. Now we can get ready to push and start. So we'll get the beacon light on. We will... Yeah, we've got our clearance. It is time for us to push back. So we need to get our pushback clearance now. So let's switch frequencies, and I'm going to request that clearance.
Alpine 28505 at gate 554. Request pushback and engine start.
Alpine 28505, Gatwick ground. Pushback approved. Face south.
Perfect. We can do our pushback. So, I'm going to use the inbuilt pushback feature because, well, actually, before I do that, let's disconnect the ground power and the ground power unit. Oh, why is the fuel truck? No, get out of here. Get out of here. Right, now we can push back. So, get the pushback system on. We'll call the tug. And I can basically control the pushback using my flight stick, which is very, very useful. Very useful indeed. However, I do need the map to actually see where I'm going. Been told to face south, so I'll basically just be doing, like, that. So, yeah, let's get our parking brake off, and we can start pushing back. Oh, you know what else we can do? We can actually start the engines. That would be useful. Oh, right. Let's do it that way. There we go. So engine 1 is now starting. We appear to have pushed back through the fuel truck, but that's alright. There we go. That is us facing south. Engine 1 has finished starting up. Let's get engine 2 starting, and we can disconnect the tug, get rid of the pushback system, and yeah, we're almost ready to taxi. While engine 2 is starting, I can put the flaps to position 1, which is where they're meant to be, can reset the rudder trim. Just make sure that's definitely locked. And we can set our pitch trim once the engine has started. We want the ground spoilers armed. Right, engine 2 is on and working just fine. So, we need to go into the fuel prediction page, grab the CG value from here, which is 32.2, and basically match it to here. So we've got 30 and 35, we want 32.2. With that error, that is going to be about there. So that is our takeoff trim set. Now, we can get the APU bleed off and the APU off. And I think we just need to do a flight controls check and we're ready to go. So that is here. So elevators are fine. Ailerons are fine. Rudder is fine. Perfect. Pitch trim is at 0.5 degrees down. That sounds good. Now we will obtain our taxi clearance.
Alpine 28505, ready to taxi to the active.
And we'll be on our way.
Alpine 28505, runway 08 right taxi via Quebec Alpha, Lima, Romeo, Juliet.
Alright, we've received our taxi instructions. Let's get the parking brakes off and we'll just power up a little bit to get us rolling. The plane does move without any power applied, but, you know, I like to just get us accelerating a bit quicker. It is a little bit cloudy here, but we should be fine. I do feel like I'm sitting quite low in the flight deck here. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. I've gone the wrong way. Let's pull a U-turn. This is professional flight simming right here. This is just what you want to see on the Fiona Jade YouTube channel. Right, come on. We've got full left nose wheel happening right now. Just giving it some power because we are going very slowly. Yeah, that was very silly of me. Oh well. Right, there we go. Now we're going the correct way down Taxiway Lima. My flight stick is not the best. It's basically just a twisty rudder instead of rudder pedals. I do want to get rudder pedals at some point. They're just so expensive. So if anyone wants to buy rudder pedals for me, I am joking. I don't expect anyone watching my channel to do that. But eventually, like, if I get monetized and stuff, that's the kind of thing that'll get me the money to buy rudder pedals. So, yeah. Oh, I am way off the taxiway line there. That's one thing I'm not very good at, kind of sticking to the yellow line when I'm taxiing. Well, on straight lines I'm fine, it's the turns that are hard. Alright, I am currently lining up on runway 08 right. I've received my takeoff clearance already, so we're just going to stop and finish getting set up before we actually take off. But I did figure out the problem with my viewing, like with my field of view and everything, and I have now fixed it. So the camera is now in the right place, which is good because I can see a lot better now. So we want auto brakes on max, just in case we have to abort the takeoff. We will check with the flight attendants that we're all good, and we can test the takeoff config. That's fine, except we do need to get TCAS on.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
As well as the weather radar on.
All aircraft be advised information Victor now current, QNH1019er.
Okay, QNH has changed, that's fine, I can update that. I also realised that the engine start selector, I didn't have that correct. So let's get these updated, and I think now we are ready for takeoff. Oh, our initial climb is to 2,000 feet. And yeah, it is time for us to go, I think. I'm just double checking that everything here is alright. Yeah, okay, right. We're clear to 2,000 feet. Let's set that range to 20 nautical miles. So, oh no, wait, I want the parking brake on. We'll get the N1 percentage, which is over here, up to 50%. Once that stabilizes, that's about 50. We can get the parking brake off, we'll start rolling, and we'll take that up to the flex detent. So you should see, there we go, the top left of that screen, we're in flex to 71 degrees. I don't even really know how the flex temperature stuff works. All I know is how to do it, so yeah. So yeah, we're gonna rotate at 143 knots. Which we are now approaching. That is 143. Let's get ourselves off the ground. We were kind of pitching to the left a bit there. So let's get our nose up a bit. Positive rate, we can get gear up. That was a little bit late, but it's fine.
Alpine 28505, contact London Control 133.18.
Contact London Control 133.18, Alpine 28505.
So let's switch to oh wait, which 133.18. Do I have that in? Yeah, I do have that in my list. Great. So we're only cleared up to 2,000 feet, which we've already hit.
London Control, Alpine 28505, 1,900 feet.
Alpine 28505, London Control, identified, climb to flight level 190.
And now we can start climbing. That all happened very fast.
Climb to flight
but,
level 190,
I feel like I kept it under
Alpine
control.
28505.
I feel like I did that as best I could. Yeah, it's just like, you reach 2,000 feet very, very quickly. And I had to get my flaps in and all that. Flaps in, spoilers, all of that. Yeah, so, yeah, but we're cleared up to 19,000 feet now by air traffic control, although we are constrained by our kind of mandated departure. We are constrained to 6,000 feet for a little bit of time, and I believe 6,000 feet is our transition altitude, which that's where we change the QNH to standard. That's the air pressure measurement. So yeah, that's all the transition altitude is. Yeah, 6,000 feet. Oh, I do not know what the plane is doing right now. It has decided to hold us at 5 and a bit thousand. I don't know what it's doing, but you know, the plane's flying itself. This is what it's meant to do, so we'll let it do this. Ahead of us, you can see a lot of clouds, and B, the south coast of the UK. In fact, specifically, where are we right now? I do not have all of my information set up for the top thing. Let's fetch that from SimBrief. There, you should now be able to actually see... Yeah, there we go, that's all updated. All the stuff on the left was fine, which is the important stuff, though. So yeah, ahead of us is kind of... So to the right of us is Hayward's Heath over there. To the left of us is kind of Uckfield, although we are going through the clouds right now, so yeah. Let's get that set to standard pressure, because we were at about 6,000 feet. And yeah, we're going to go over the south coast of the UK about 2/3 of the way between Brighton and Eastbourne. We're going to be going over Seaford. For those of you who, well, I'm sure most people watching this know where Brighton and Eastbourne are. But yeah, that's where we're kind of going over the channel. But yeah, that's all the important stuff done pretty much until we reach 10,000 feet, at which point we have a couple more things to do. Oh my god, I never put the landing lights out. Or the nose light to take off. Oops. Well, we took off without landing lights. Yeah. That was silly of me. Oh well. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. This is why checklists are important, people. This is why I should use checklists, but yeah. There's already so much information. I'm still learning. I am still learning indeed. I believe that is Seaford ahead of us, though. But yeah. I'll see you when we pass through 10,000 feet. Alright, we are climbing through 10,000 feet, so now we should get the landing lights retracted. We can turn off the seatbelt signs at this point, but we do have a left turn coming up. I think I will turn off the seatbelt signs after that left turn. Alright, we are making that left turn that I mentioned. You can see why I didn't want to turn off the seatbelt sign.
Alpine 28505, contact London Control 118 for 75.
Got interrupted by ATC there, but that's fine.
Contact London Control 118.475, Alpine 28505. London Control, Alpine 28505, leaving flight level 171 for flight level 190.
Alpine 28505, London Control, identified, climb to flight level 390.
Climb to flight level 390, Alpine 28505.
There we go. So we now have a fairly straight flight path ahead of us. We can see France there. I'm just gonna make sure that that's actually France and not Belgium. Yeah, that is France. That is Saint-Valery-en-Caux, which is somewhere between Le Havre and Dieppe. So yeah. Definitely France. I think Normandy is the region of France that we're going to be flying over. But yeah, let's turn off the seatbelt signs, and I'll play some more cinematics for you. And yeah, then that will be it for part 1 of our journey. I hope you'll join me in a few days for part number 2. Thank you for watching, and I will see you.